Hello.
What's up?
Goodbye. Is the stream starting? We're asking.
Uh, yeah,
Uh,
the he's starting it right now.
Oh, okay then. But
About to make an announcement.
It's not. Wait, am I looking at the wrong game?
Huh?
Am I stupid? Don't answer that question.
I was gonna say.
Don't answer that question. I
Okay.
thought we were watching Akasha.
Yes, we are.
Oh, okay. Uh, Akasha is Yolk's team. I have no idea. Let's see. See if Viego is gonna get picked. Have you not claimed any of them? Oh my god. Up in the top left, like where the clash icon is, yeah. Let's see here. What will Lakacha first pick? Um, I would assume so. Not many people nowadays play Ziggs mid. I think I see Ziggs support, if anything, more often than I see Ziggs mid nowadays. Yeah, I mean, better better to pick like Ezra Nami against against a Ziggs and playing something short range like Isaiah, because then you're just not gonna have a good day. Yep. I mean, interesting when they already showed Ezreal, but I mean, still a good champ. Yeah, yeah, it's a little harder to dodge a Wukong engage because of his invis compared to like a Jarvan EQ. But I mean, if they're comfortable playing it, we'll see. No idea. This is beyond their like brain powers are a little bit beyond mine. So maybe they got something cooking up that I can't comprehend.
Hello, sorry, Chaos. Yeah, so that's pretty sad. Apparently, this whole time they haven't been able to hear me. You should be able to hear me now. I apologize for that.
And Dream probably thinks I'm talking to myself. I'm losing my mind.
Okay, well, real quick, let's go over the bans. So, ETS, they did ban Lulu, Ambessa, Echo, Smolder now, and they're about to get their fifth ban as well. For the side of Akasha on red, we have Aatrox, Nefiri, Camille, Syndra, and ETS just locked in the Kel ban. Actually, I like the Kel ban. Kel's pretty strong right now. A lot of people playing Kel, and honestly, in different places. I've seen it top, I've seen it mid.
I'm a very big kill mid enjoyer. I think that champ's super fun.
And the set ban coming in for their last ban. So we have Ziggs, Jarvan, Rakan, Ezreal, Nami, and Kha'Zix. Yeah, honestly, like this is interesting. I haven't seen a Kha'Zix in a game in a while. Nope.
I think he's strong. I think he's like compared to like other assassins. I think he's pretty strong right now. But I think just like any other assassin, he needs to get ahead early.
Yeah, I think it follows kind of the same road as Nocturne, right? As far as you got to get kills early because they fall off really hard at a certain point.
Well, I think also I think Kha'Zix kind of either you gank like on your first clear, or then you just wait for 6 to get invis, and then your ganks become a lot easier. Kind of like similar to Nocturne. But I'm a
So
big fan of Ornn Blend.
I was gonna say it looks like ETS is gonna go for the counter mid. They did lock in Orin, so of course Akasha responded with Darius. So hopefully the directed camera spent some time in top lane because I have to imagine Darius is gonna try to beat this Orin down.
Let's see if they pick an. I think a Nivea here would be kind of crazy.
Honestly,
On a,
isn't Rise like one of those mid laners that pretty much doesn't have any counters?
he gets countered if you outrange him. So like Oriana, Anivia.
You called it.
Yeah, I played a similar draft to this Thursday. We played an Oriana or Orin Anivia draft, and it was really good. But yeah, like once you get 6 on Anivia, into Rise really doesn't get to play the game. It just becomes a farm fest. Yeah, I think I have to. I think I prefer ETS's draft. I really like. I personally just don't get the Jarvan here into Ezreal, Kha'Zix, Ornn.
I mean, I guess
Just
the Jarvan's main target is going to be Anivia.
I would guess, but you're gonna lock yourself into an Anivia Blizzard, and I don't think that's gonna be very good for their health bar.
Mm,
But we'll
mm.
see.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I know you like ETS side, but I think I really like the Darius and Rise. Of course, I'm a little more old school, I guess, and seeing Darius in my games is usually something that makes me sick. So um, I don't know, and I feel like Darius is pretty strong against Ornn, right? Um, the bleed I imagine does a good bit. I'm not super familiar on all the top lane matchups, but I have to imagine that bleed is not good for Ornn and his big health bar. So
Yeah, I mean, I just think I don't know. I just like the range of ETSs a lot more because with Ezreal and Nivea, and then you saw a big tanky Ornn in the front line. Like this Rise either has to flash in to get into gauge, or they're relying on like the Jarvan Rakan to get in, which is not a bad way to engage. But I still think it's just ETS favored.
yeah, I think the matchup I'm most excited to see. Obviously, Darius and Ornn is going to be fun because Darius is going to fight a lot, but I think it's kind of one-sided to Darius. I really want to see this mid lane matchup between Ryze and Anivia transparently. Um, Diddy here is the mid laner for Akasha. Um, fairly new to the archives community, right? And from what we've seen, this guy's really good. Might be one of the best mid laners in the upper division. So someone to keep our eye on for sure.
Wait, his name's Diddy.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to say the whole name on stream. So we're gonna stick with it. He goes by Rukia, but I guess his in-game name, I don't know. You know how it is.
Yeah, there's some freaky names and for all the teams and all the divisions. There's some interesting names. But hey, is what it is.
Yeah, we casted a middle division game the other day with two team names that were pretty questionable, but it's okay. Um, we don't judge what you want to name your team as long as it's within the Twitch Twitch guidelines, so we can still show it on stream.
Yep.
Um, the other thing here is though is there's some talk, and I think Bogdog's got a little bit of experience in this about the ADC here, the Ezreal on ETS side. I've seen some different comments that he's really good, or potentially she. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was confused during a chat earlier. I'm not sure. I don't know if they were talking about the same person or not, but the Setsunai person apparently is really good. I'm interested to see um, how they perform here against Akasha, who is pretty well known to the rest of us. They competed in our last split under the name Umi, of course, but uh, we know kind of what to expect from them, except for with their new mid laner. So it's interesting. I'm excited. There's a lot of new teams this split, and ETS is one of them. They took Bog Dogs to Game 3, so that makes me excited for them here.
Yeah, I think seeing like I think Ezreal is a the better you are at the champ, or like the higher rank you are, the better the champ is. Because if like you're playing Ezreal and like lower elos, um, kill shots may not be hitting the same. Um, but yeah, I think this is gonna be like a pretty interesting game. I think both teams have obvious goals they're looking for, and it'd be interesting to see how um, each team tries to counteract and do their own plan. But yeah, I don't know. I think if this Jarvan Rakan can get on top of that Anivia and Ezreal, then I think this is going to be a not fun game for blue side. But if that can't happen, then they're just gonna get poked out.
Yeah, I really think the matchup bot lane it's gonna be fun to see. It's basically gonna be a Q fest, right? Who hits the most Qs?
Yeah, it's just gonna be who can land skill shots better. I mean, Ziggs probably has an easier time because his little Qs can go through minions, kind of. Where Ezreal has to get kind of tricky with his blink. But if you try to get a blink in and try to get damage out, you might just get W'd by Rakan and then like poked out.
That's true.
So yeah, it'll be kind of risky managing your E cooldown for Ezreal.
All right, real quick, real quick, guys, spectator delay. I'm gonna take like 30 seconds. I'm gonna run and grab a drink. I will be right back. I don't have a cool screen like Ryline has yet, you guys. Okay, we're gonna have some cool stuff soon, but for now, I'm just gonna leave the screen up here. Give me just a moment. Yes. Hold on. I'm at 7 seconds.
I can go to 7. Okay. All right, just tell me when.
All right, ready, go.
Cool.
All right, we're back. I'm back. I think I'm back anyway. Who knows? I'm sure I am. I'm sure we're here. I'm sure we're doing things right. All right, let me fix some of this stuff. Hold on. Let's see. Let's get this and this. Get rid of that. Let's zoom out a bunch. All right. Think we're good to go. Oh, this is the gold. I have my controls. Okay, guys, I want to be clear before we start this. I'm not Ryline. Okay, I'm not Ryline. All right. So
You're close enough.
don't judge me. All right. Don't judge me if I miss some things or I don't click the right button or something. All right. Guy's awesome. So here we go though. First Q landed by Ezreal at bot lane. So might be a second Q might be a sign of things to come.
Yeah. But also it does help that this Nami is just gonna heal up any poke this Ziggs does within her mana bar. So,
Yeah, I think a big part of this bot lane matchup is going to be which support controls their mana better, right?
Yeah, which because Rakan's gonna look for Qs to get some healing off. You missed one right there. Yeah. Oh, big chunk. I'm a very big fan of Lethal Tempo Ezreal. You just go in, get some tempo stacks, and you just hurt.
Yeah, Lethal Tempo Ezreal is good. I just don't know. I mean, Ezreal, I gotta be honest with you. And I'm gonna say this. Maybe there's some flame because I see a lot of people playing Ezreal nowadays. So I'm assuming there's something good this season about Ezreal. But I just feel like for the last, honestly, several years, the champion it's so bad if you don't get kills. Like if you don't get kills by 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you're doing no damage. And so every time like one of my teammates plays Ezreal, I can't lie, I'm a little upset. I'm like, there's a champion that does what this champion does better out there.
Uh, I mean, I agree. But I think like Ezreal has the capability like early to get those kills with like his passive giving him so much innate attack speed, and just his ability to just go in. That he can pretty reliably, if you're like really competent at the champ, to get those early kills.
Yeah, Mars says that Setsunai has the Ezreal pass, and that we should trust him. So I'm gonna trust what Marzipan says. That's my guy. So we're gonna assume that we're in for a treat here.
I'm fighting up on the mid lane.
Yep, little early 3v3 action. Kha'Zix is kind of low though. Jarvan's also low. Looks like ignited, and Ornn is gonna get first blooded. That's a kill over to the Jarvan.
Olivia's probably dead here too.
I think she walks out. I don't think Darius had the pull up at the time. I think that's the E, right?
Yeah, the apparent. All this knowledge in my head, it just saved for League champion abilities.
Yeah, I don't have any of that also, so be aware. I'm aware that it's either their Q, W, or E most of the time, but that's about as good as I can get.
I will try to pop in with the ability names that I know. But like some champs like Ziggs, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know them for Ziggs either. I know the Q is the long range bomb. I know the E is the blast cone type thing. Uh-oh. Little Nami bubble here did a lot of poke on the Rakan right there.
Problem is that this Ezreal Nami is just doom. Like they need to get it back off soon-ish. But
the good thing is Ziggs is also out of mana, so I think they have a little bit of a pass to hang out, get a little bit more farm. They're sitting on about 12. I mean, Ziggs has 1300 now, so Ziggs is probably looking for a back now.
yeah, get his lost chapter or get like a tier.
Well, they're both approaching 1300, so Jarvan is invading on the blue side of Kha'Zix as well. I don't know if you see that down there.
Yeah, he's using his slight gold advantage. Actually, they're about even. But, slight advantage to get some free camps. Because this Darius has not backed yet, actually, but still has decent enough push.
Might be a gank here in the top lane. Okay, flash by Ornn. He got the red side running. You gotta love the Ornn champion, right?
I swear that champ does so much damage for being a tank. It's crazy. I love when Orns are on my team. Both mid laners now have level 6, so I think it should be a pretty bad time for this Rise to just get blizzarded.
I think what Rise is gonna have to do is just push the wave, and well, I don't know how close he is to finishing his quest. We're only 6 minutes in, so probably still a pretty good ways away, right? But
yeah,
gonna have to use that R in another lane. Try to make some plays with the team. I'm sure Akasha has worked this out though. They're competing in another league currently as well, so I think in round 1, if you know they started off really hot. They got a really strong round 1 showing. It's probably because they've been playing in another league, so they're pretty warmed up, I guess.
Probably a lot of team practice together.
Oh yeah.
The league. Ooh, some fighting up top. Bot.
Oh, Jarvan ulti. Uh-oh. That was... Oh, man. That Jarvan ulti.
I guess that's the dream you're looking for. Just J4 ultimate into Rakan engage into Ziggs press all of your abilities. It seemed to work out pretty good.
Yeah, dude, that Jarvan ultimate and then flash out. So those two were stuck in there just for Ziggs to free... I wish I had the Rhyline abilities to show you guys the damage dealt in that fight. That would be awesome.
I have no idea how you do that. I don't think you can.
Nah, you can. He has some He has some extra stuff he uses.
Gotcha.
A little 1v1 action here between Darius and Ornn. Might be a kill for Ornn. Oh,
more
Rise
Ignite.
ultied out. Jarvan Q back in.
Wow, what happened, bot? Just Rakan has a 2-level lead on the Nami. Oh, never mind.
Yep, that's that Q back into the fight there by Jarvan. Ended up costing him his life, unfortunately. Kill over
Big,
to the Kazakhs.
big shutdown over the Kazakhs. Got him additional 126 gold on top of the kill gold. Helps him get back to the game.
That was a big ultimate. Might be an. Oh, no. Okay, Rakan was able to jump out. Yeah. Okay, you might be right about this Ezreal. It might be down 2 kills that Ziggs picked up there in the fight in the jungle. But as far as this bot lane goes, the poke-wise, you know, they seem to have been full health the whole time, while the Ziggs and Rakan are struggling to stay above half.
It might get a little worse once the Sig gets his reset, but he still hasn't taken his reset from when he got the double kill. He's gone a fat 1700 gold purse right now. So he'll probably come back with a lost chapter, and the lane will probably switch up. Or lose.
Yep, he did get Ludens off that back. So we have a small gold lead for Akasha, 1.5k gold right now. I think that's about what I kind of expected, right? Discount, you know, Ziggs and Jarvan. I mean, honestly though, with Kazakhs, I don't know. Kazakhs got an early kill, so that makes sense. But with Ziggs and Jarvan, I feel like that being up early is good. You know, when Anivia starts to get going, I think that's when it's really going to get scary for red side. So a little longer, I think blue side needs to hold out.
Yeah, I think they just need to start getting to these like Ornn items, this Anivia power spike, get to mid game where Ezreal's strongest, and then I think that'll be their time to try to swap this gold lead around.
No items for Anivia yet. Yep, right. So still waiting on that power spike.
Get the Roas for both mid laners. We're a tier. There'll be some tanky mages. That is for certain.
Mars, you aren't wrong, man. This Ezreal, he's accurate with these Qs. He does not miss very many. Oh no, he caught the. Oh, Jarvan. That was almost a really good ult, but he caught his own rise in the ult. No chance for him to get out. Flash forward there by the Darius. I don't know about that. Uh-oh. This could be a huge play bot lane. Jarvan's here. Ulti off. Kill for Ziggs. Yeah, Ezreal is dead here. No way he escapes this. Don't know if he should have used barrier there.
Yeah, I guess he thought with Sheen he has some outplay potential, but I don't know. But yeah, I mean, rough. They got ganked and they just got caught out. Kha'Zix will take the wave.
You know, you're exactly right, Mars. They don't really have a lot of tools to lock that Ezreal down. But I gotta be honest with you, I don't think it's gonna matter if this Ziggs is just blowing the rest of the team up instantly. And at 4 kills, it's definitely looking like we're headed in that direction.
Yeah, as much as you can plan for, you know, how a game's gonna go before the draft, everything changes once you get inside the game. Poke comp that you think would work out can suddenly devolve into your team getting one shot by a fed Ziggs. Looks like Darius might get ganked here.
Yeah, I think he'll probably live this.
Yeah, he put the ward down the perfect time.
And Jarvan is kind of all in the red side, bottom side jungles, you know. So
Looks like they'll just
Secure the
Jarvan will
dragon.
trade drag for his camps and maybe look to kill Kha'Zix's Raptors after he finishes.
Well, honestly, he could get the dragon and get all of this side, probably. Kha'Zix is just now clearing Raptors on the top side there, so. Or they can do this and kill Ezreal and Nami again.
Wow, clean dive. Good usage of the Rise ult to get the Jarvan and the Rise into that position.
Yeah, that was actually a really good play. They took Dragon and immediately Rise ulted into the bot lane. That was well coordinated, and then we talked about that a little bit. We talked about the the time they played together. I mean, obviously this was a team in the last split that we had. They were a team in a tournament that we hosted before then as well. And obviously they have a new mid laner than they had in those splits, but as we come to know, Kia or Diddy, the mid laner, is a good player and seems to have adapted well. Already up 2 dragons, they're up a little over 3K gold. Ziggs has 6 kills.
Yeah, even into a rather tough lane, he's just roaming and making things happen around the map. Which is, I guess, what you have to do into that lane, and he's doing it pretty perfectly.
I think Darius is kind of doing what he needs to do, right? He has an assist, and he's up, a little over 20 CS at the moment. Jungle is, obviously pretty far ahead. Let's see the gold difference here. Well,
actually not much. 200 gold.
Yeah, really not that much. That's kind of surprising.
It's probably because he got the shutdown gold from the J4.
Well, that's
probably
true.
helped him.
Well, Rise is definitely dead here. Caught out there.
Gives Indivia a little bit of a gold lead for the kill there. 300 gold. Yeah, biggest gold lead by far is this bot lane, because even with this Ezreal lane and skill shots and playing pretty well, he is still going to be down around 2k gold. With the 6k Ziggs.
I mean, Anivia does have Rod of Ages now, so 1 item on the board. A little bit longer. Be able to potentially upgrade that tier item, I'm assuming.
Looks like there's going to be a pretty big team fight having top lane here.
3v3. Anivia and Kha'Zix kind of cut off. Yeah.
Oh, big Q flat from Darius to get the healing. Wow. Super well played. Darius might be a minor problem going into some team fights. He is, once he has Sums back up, he is going to be on top of this Anivia and Kha'Zix. It will not be a good time for them.
It's almost a 1,500 gold lead for the Darius now after that. 3 members of Akasha with bounties right now.
Gold lead increased to about 3k for the side of Akasha. And plus this Rift Herald, it's probably going to widen even further once I start hitting these turrets. Big chunk on the res.
Yeah, I think this Kha'Zix early game, it hasn't been as impactful as I think they needed it to be, right?
Yeah, I think it got pretty shut down, really early, and that kind of messed up the entire game for Kha'Zix. And as a champ that probably needs an early game lead, that is not very good. But he's still gotten some kills, and he's trying to still play the game to the best of his ability. So Ziggs picking up first tower, as Ziggs players usually do.
We talked a little bit about you know, not having a way to lock Ezreal down for Akasha in these mid and late game team fights. But as I'm sitting here thinking about it now, I'm trying to think of, you know, ways that ETS can, you know, potentially, you know, try to maybe make a comeback here. Who is going to kill Ziggs, right? You know, Kha'Zix. I don't think Kha'Zix is going to be able to get in there between Jarvan, between Darius, between Khan. Like, who is going to kill the Ziggs? He's just going to stand so far away and just explode everybody. I don't see an answer that they're going to be able to use. Is the Kha'Zix, you know, like you mentioned, didn't get far enough ahead. I don't know how they make a comeback into this one.
Well, we say that as they pick up a kill on those Rise. But the Ziggs are just gonna hit. With the protection of his front line, he's not really any danger. So yeah, there's that Ziggs just not being able to get really in danger here. Walked up too far.
Yeah, Rakan is just really good at that. Being between Rakan and between Jarvan, like that, and of course got taken down right there. As we see Ezreal step up and you know, maybe do a little more damage than I thought he was going to be able to do. That was a chunk there.
Kasha, we apologize for cursing you.
Yeah. Well, maybe a one kill glitch there, but we have to watch out for that. That was a lot of. I mean, what does he have? He has a Trinity Force and a hammer.
Yeah, he's getting to his mid game power spike. Once he gets the mana immune, it'll probably do a little bit more. But the Ziggs is on the horizon focus, and a Loon already has a large rod. So he is going to hurt this team, which is not too tanky besides the Ornn and the Anivia.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot from this Anivia yet. I still think there's a strength in that champion, right? If we get, you know, if she can get a good little combination on 3 or 4 members at the same time, I mean, there's still a world where they win some of these team fights.
Yep. Also, Ziggs, they're just walking up a little too far and getting one shot by the Kha'Zix, which hopefully doesn't happen inside of team fights. But if you're ETS, you're absolutely hoping he does that in team fights.
Okay, interesting little 1v1 here. Rise against Anivia. I think Rise would be worse for wear at this point.
Yeah, just wait till Phase Rush gets moved and see how that lane happens next season. Because Phase Rush is doing a lot of heavy lifting for getting him out of that blizzard early.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That gold to Kha'Zix is big. You know, like I was talking about, someone being able to get to Ziggs, the stronger that Kha'Zix gets, the easier time he's gonna have getting that Ziggs exploded. You know, Kha'Zix is one of those champions who, a squishy like Ziggs, one good burst, and you know, you're either out of the fight or dead. So
She's a 20-minute death cap, by the way. Oh my god.
yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Well, big engage by the Ornn. Ooh, that's a Darius with passive stacks.
That's a double, maybe a triple here for the Darius.
Good flash by the Anivia, but it's just not enough.
That Darius, we talked about it a little bit earlier. That was, you know, once you get that one reset, it's on from there.
Yeah. No summons now, so probably not going to be able to do something similar for another 5-6 minutes. But once he has that flash, once he has that ghost, it's just going to be another highlight reel for him.
They're going to get a couple of inner turrets here. That's a huge influx of gold there. Almost 7k gold loot now. A couple of inputs here. That Ezreal hurts. Did you see that? It took 2 of them.
Oh my. Okay, wait, he might just be the second coming of like Uzi. What the?
He did not miss anything there. And basically 3 of them lost half of their HP in the span of 7 or 8 seconds.
Oh, Rise greeting for the inhib.
Won't even get it.
Won't even get it, and we'll waste his Realm Warp.
And some more are dying up top.
Ooh, good flash.
don't know. I think
I
Jarvan
mean,
will be able to get out here.
oh,
That was. I
did
don't.
not see the zigs.
Yeah, I don't think he expected the Ziggs to be right there.
He just got detonated by the Ziggs Q there. Could have been a big Baron play for ETS there, but I guess just not enough damage to get kill the carries quick enough, and they'll lose what advantage they could get from the overstay by Akasha.
Yeah. Well, Akasha overstayed, but ETS pushed a little too, chased a little too far. They probably could have turned around after getting the first kill or two and focused on finding some farm, resetting on their waves, and maybe trying to do the Baron.
Gold lead has stayed around 4K ish, which kind of surprised me. I would assume the gold lead would be a little higher by now, but I guess Akasha's kind of given up some big shutdowns onto their carries, and it has leveled out the gold lead slightly.
Yeah, I think Jarvan needs to be really careful here not to get caught. That 700 gold bounty right now is kind of what's separating them from being able to almost come back in this game. They've already given up 2 really big ones. That third one would be huge, especially if it goes on Anivia or Ezreal.
Would be big. They're gonna have to really look for just probably a Kha'Zix steal onto the Drake, so they don't get.
No, he missed. The Kha'Zix missed. That's gonna cost them.
Yeah, that is just a one-shot team. Oh, but this Anivia is kind of hurting.
Yeah, this is Soul. If they get this, that's gonna really put them out ahead, really far ahead now.
Yeah,
Looking
I think
at maybe-
Chemtech Soul is like a soul, but I think they have like pretty good champs to use Chemtech Soul with, like Rise and this Darius. Probably really enjoy the extra damage resist and damage when they're lower.
It looks like they're gonna go for Baron here too, and honestly, I don't think ETS can stop them.
No, I think it's maybe just a Baron into Siege into win, because I don't see how I just don't see a way ETS gets back into this game unless they get like a massive engage with Warren and Nami.
They have to kill. They have to 100% kill the 6. They have to find a way to. I mean, in that last little engage they had right there with the dragon, Kha'Zix almost had it. Super close. Almost was able to explode the Ziggs, but I don't know which ability it was that missed, but it felt like he didn't get the whole combo off, and Ziggs was able to kind of walk away there.
Yep. Or I think it's just he was near his team, so Kha'Zix didn't get the isolation passive, and kind of missed out a lot on the damage. Which I think is the problem with Kha'Zix inside of like coordinated play, is that he's really dependent on getting isolation damage.
Like right there.
Yeah, with isolation damage, you can turn a pretty tanky Darius into a looks like a cannon minion.
Well, the other issue for Kha'Zix, I realize like he's got 7 kills now, but I just noticed this. He's still level 13, whereas Jarvan is level 15.
Yeah, I think that's comes with the extra CS and the Baron. I think that kind of, even if you were like a couple kills up, which he's actually a 1k gold up to Kha'Zix on this J4, but the levels I think kind of even that gold lead out.
Yeah, I think this is the last push for this game. They gotta find a pick here on 1, and then I think they'll be able to end it, which I think they just did. Caught the 1. Nami dead.
I do apologize to ETS for thinking your team would win. I'll take that one.
Oh, Kha'Zix! That's the explosion they've been needing right there. I know it was kind of up in the corner there. It's hard to see, but that's what they've been needing. They needed that a little bit early, though, I think.
Yeah, they needed that like maybe 16 minutes ago, but is what it is. Kasha will take game 1.
Oh yeah, Kha'Zix 26,000 MVP for the blue side there, or what is it called? What do they call that now? I don't
Uh,
know what it's called.
it's still blue side.
No, the MVP of the losing team. There's a term for that. I don't know what it is, but the ace. That's it. Is that what it
Yes,
is?
yes,
Um,
ace is what OP.GG uses. Yes.
and as I kind of figured, this Ziggs man, just standing in the back, dude. Even in lane, even though they were getting kind of pushed down a little bit in lane, he got all those free kills early game, and honestly just snowballed it from there.
Pick tomato king. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just 4K gold lead at the end of the game. They're 10, 2, and 8. Even with his like stat line, his gold lead and his damage, I don't think it's not like a real carry job. I think his team really supported him, and like that Darius was putting in a lot of damage when he got his stacks up, and that J4 was really locking down everything as well as Rakan. I think just a really good game by Akasha.
Yeah, I think so too. Um, we talked a lot about the experience that team has together, and um, it's not unusual to see Yelk, especially 8-1 and 15 there, kind of just always reliable, right? One of the most reliable junglers I think we have in our league. Um, and it's gonna take a coordinated effort for ETS here to try to force a game three. I'm excited to see the draft. Um, like I said, being a new team, I don't know the champions that they have. Like I don't know all of what they can pull out. And I think right here, my understanding is they're 0-1 currently. I think they played the Bog Dogs in round one and forced them to a game three, but ended up losing that 2-1. Uh, so maybe we'll see some cool picks here, some comfort champions that they feel like they can carry hard on to try to force a game three. So they don't start their journey here, down 0-2.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what they go with next draft. Apparently, this Ezreal was out for their team. Uh, but let's see what other ADC or picks they have available to them. See if they try to go for a similar game plan of just having this like Ziggs, um, to just poke and just kind of play and protect around them, or they'll go for something kind of different for Team Conquest.
Well, that being said, guys, give us just a few minutes. Once the draft gets started, I will return. I'll unmute the sound, do all that. Maybe I can put on some music in the meantime. I don't have the Rye Lion special playlist that he uses on stream. Um, but let me see what
There
I
is a
have to cook up. So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes, guys. Enjoy a little break. Thank you, and see you in a bit.
I don't know exactly what playlist he uses, but it's one of the like it's like League like music. It's like Pentakill and some of the other like League official songs. Oh, hello.
Oh fuck, where'd the monster go?
I have no idea. He just left. Oh my god.
Hey, what's up? You're still on stream, by the way. They can hear us though.
Oh, right, I'm back. I'm sorry. Had to take a phone call.
Oh, you're good.
Reporting you.
Let's see what we have. All right, bands. So far, similar to the last round. ETS on the red side this time, Akash on the blue side. Same first three bands, it looks like. Then set again. Okay, Jax, that's new. Different band there. Don't think they banned Jackson game one.
Did they?
Interesting.
They
Then
did.
did you say they did?
They did not. So that Jax is a new ban.
Did they ban Nocturne in game one?
Uh, uh, they also did not.
That's interesting. You think it's because the guy played the jungler for ETS played Kha'Zix? They were like, "Yo, we don't want to deal with a Nocturne
I think it's mainly because they're playing Orianna. They don't want that Orianna Nocturne combo.
True. You could still see something like Malphite come out.
Good Malphite. What's another good Orianna delivery system? I mean, I've seen Mundo. They were playing Mundo Orianna in pro play, last split. So maybe we'll see a Mundo come out.
I think there are a lot of good Orianna combos. I mean, anyone with some good dive, even like a Wukong, to be honest with you.
Yeah, go Invis, get that R, and just stack them all together.
Yeah. Do we think this is Zahin jungle here,
Uh,
or did
Probably a
they?
flex, if I had to guess. Oh wow, we
Okay.
are.
Okay, we definitely have to see a tank here. This has got to be a tank locked in. I imagine.
Honestly, Mundo might go crazy. Mundo top might go crazy.
A Mundo or shoot, I mean, I realize they have Victor and Karma at the moment, but even a Malphite, like any kind of tank. Renekton, they're going,
It's a decent pick.
they're going hard here. All damage.
Yeah, just
Yi is crazy here. What makes Yi crazy here, Morris? Enlighten me. I honestly don't know.
is
I
it
was
like a good crazy or a bad crazy? Damn, they locked in the Malphite.
okay. Akasha listening to the stream. All right, we're gonna have to put it on a delay over here.
Quick, get Mega to send in the voice bots.
Yo, I'm so excited to use the voice bots later this season. You guys watching? I know some of you who maybe didn't tune in during the off season while we were testing it. You guys are in for a treat when we unveil that later this split in some games. We're gonna find out a good time. We gotta have Ryline for that though. To be honest with you, he's the man with the plan. And kind of understands how that works, but we're gonna get there. It's gonna be really exciting. We also have something else really crazy to show you guys later this maybe this week, maybe later this split, maybe next split. We'll see, but it's on the horizon. You know, here at the archives, we're improving some things, and we're getting better at the way we do some things. So stay tuned for some of that stuff. In the meantime, I
Who do you like for draft?
I think we need to get back. Yeah. Exactly. In the meantime, let's get back to this. I don't know. I gotta be honest with you. I recognize that. I recognize that Mars said this. Okay, this Yi is crazy here. It looks like it might be a bad crazy because of this Malphite pick. He would have expected a better Ori ball delivery method. He said he knows the ETS jungler plays a mean to Fury. Um, maybe they're
He did
using
say.
Rel.
Oops, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say. I know you said apparently this guy plays like carry junglers, but yeah, I think like there's just a better carry jungler in this game. Because also like the Yi Karma interaction, just you get rooted through your to the Alpha Strike. Yeah, I think I prefer Kasha this game. I think I don't know, I play in middle division. I think Caitlyn's busted. Uh, I think Caitlyn Karma's a really annoying lane, but we'll see if this row can get on top of them or not. but if they can't, I think just Caitlyn just opens up and kind of just kills them all.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. I'm always a fan of any comp that includes Malphite. For those that know me, they know that I play two champions really well in this game. We are ready. Stream our. I play two champions in this game, right? I play both of them well. I play Malphite in 3 roles, and I play Nautilus
Alright,
in the support role. So that's about it. Um,
fair
uh,
enough.
so anytime there is a Malphite in the game, I'm voting for that team. So I'm gonna go for Akasha in this one for sure.
Seems we're in agreement. Yeah, I don't. I guess the way the Oriana ball just gets in is either getting in herself or she puts it on like rail or something.
I mean,
And
you could have Renekton diving the back line too, right? A couple of those slice and dices, I think they're called,
yeah, Renekton.
through the opponents. You know, you get one through the front line and then one through one of the carries, and all of a sudden, Renekton's in the back line, a nice little early ult, then into a Master E Alpha Strike, and all of a sudden, half the HP of the enemy team's gone. But the issue is doing that between Victor, between Caitlyn traps, Malphite ult, Karma. I don't know.
Zahen knockups and there's tether or it's like pool. Yeah. Yeah. If we're looking at the ideal, then Master Yi gets like 15 kills early and just takes over the game. But
Right.
we'll see if that happens.
Well, while we wait for the stream delay, I'm gonna mute one more time, guys. We'll be back in just a minute. All right, here we go, guys. Let me get the camera set up well. Let me get the objective timers up. There's the chat.
Where are you at for time wise?
Oh, let me pause. We can do that. We can do that. We can do that. That's smart. We got to get ourselves organized here. I'm at 45 seconds.
All right, 21.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
Pick.
All right, all right. Now that the two sitting here talking about this game are on the same page, let's see what we have going on inside of the game. We do have Malphite Renekton in the top lane, so that's Malphite for Akasha on Owl, Zahin for Yelk, Victor for Diddy, Caitlyn for Asta, and Karma for Wiseway. For the side of ETS, that's Renekton in the top lane, Yi in the jungle for Anthony, Orianna in the mid lane for Oxwing, Yunara on the ADC for Setsunai, and Rel for Tomato Key in the support role. Aurelius, talk to me a little bit, man. I know we both kind of agreed on Akasha. One more time for everybody here. Tell us why you think Akasha has a little bit of an advantage here.
I just think, I don't know. I think Caitlyn is just. I think Caitlyn's really strong, at least in solo queue. I think with like this Malphite and the Zahen and the Karma, I don't really see a way to get on top of this Caitlyn and like one-shot her without just being stunned to high hell. And also, I just don't think they have a very good way of getting this Orianna ball into their team with all the CC, and they just not having something like an unstoppable engage, like a Nocturne or a Malphite even. So yeah, I just think that Akasha has the better draft here on blue side.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I agree. I think the sneaky pick here is the Victor, right? Like when you look at the side of ETS, Orianna and Yunara, while Yunara has that little leap that she does for the most part, they're fairly stationary, right? And I think we're gonna see some big Victor damage coming out. Some big ults. If Diddy can find the right moments to land those ults, maybe when Yunara's little jump is down, we'll be in for a treat.
Yeah, looks like Orianna's not having fun this lane early. With also Caitlyn having to pop a ghost to get rid of this Rel engage that she popped Ignite for. But everything seems to be pretty even still. Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna be happening top lane this game, unless like there's gonna be a Zahen gank for the Renekton. I think it's just gonna be a pretty chill farming lane. Wow. Big parade. Caitlyn will get an assist, Zahen will get a kill, and then Yunara will get a kill on that Karma. Pretty even trade. I think you'd rather have your kill on the Caitlyn compared to Zahen, but I think Zahen can be a pretty big problem with his unstoppable R and just getting on top of the enemy carries.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. Wow. You know, I'm generally speaking a fan of always giving kills over to your ADC or your mid laner, or even your top laner, or you know, depending on the type of champion they're playing, like the Darius in the last game. I'm always a fan of giving Zahen kills, right? So I think even if he steals all of the kills, it's totally fine because that champion is insane when it gets really far ahead.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's one of like the better champs to get like really ahead in jungle.
Yeah.
But I think into like Yi, it might be a bit of a problem. 'Cause I think with like Yi building, I have no idea what he's building, but like with just the true damage, I think he does a pretty good job of killing these tanks.
Yeah, I mean the funny thing about the Zahin comment though is you have Yi on the other side, which is the ultimate uh, give me kills and 1v9 the game champion. So
Yeah, I
it's
remember. Okay.
I think it's
I
going to be
remember.
a race to see who can get the strongest the fastest.
Yeah, I think. I remember earlier in the season, there was a high elo duo playing Funnel Yi, where they played like a Taric mid or something like a Malzahar, and they just gave Yi jungle like 40 kills, and he would just run over every game.
Yep. Yi has, historically speaking, always been that champion. Same thing. I mean, you know, when I used to play this game a little bit more seriously and a little bit more often, right? Back in 2011, 2012, Yi was played in a lot of different places, right? You play up top, you play him mid, you play him in the wherever, right? It's the same story back then, even in lane. Get a kill, get 2 kills, and all of a sudden the game is kind of cooked.
There was a previous stream game, and I believe Middle Division, where Yi just got a couple kills early and just got out of hand and just completely took over a game, took out a pentakill.
Karma might be dead here. Yunara getting a couple of shots off, but honestly, that shield lasted a while, so didn't quite get the final kill, but had Rel landed that jump, I think it's a knockup, probably would have gotten it there, the dismount.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, good on Karma for not dying, but if Rel seems to be hitting her gauges, it's just if you can get onto a high value target like this Victor or this Caitlyn, it may not be as good as a game for Akasha as we think.
Well, from what I've heard, obviously we've talked about this. The ADC for ETS is a really good player, and getting this early kill on Yunara is one of those champions for ADC where 20-25 minutes in the game, that's what you want to have. You want to have Yunara, you want to have your best player fed some kills to try and give you a chance to make it to game 3, right?
Yeah. Remind me of Fearx lately. If you've watched any LCK.
Been playing a lot of Yunara?
No, it's just like the way the team comp is built around this ADC and like Diablo being like a crazy mechanical player who can just like completely 1v9 games.
Is that Mars that just joined the chat?
Yes, it is.
Hello, welcome, sir, welcome. I was wondering if you were gonna pop by. Not much so far, to be honest with you. Pretty slow first 8 minutes. Yunara is in between Karma and Caitlyn under a turret right now, so might see a little action, but no, it just looks like a little old.
It looks like they might try and... Nah, they're just poking.
Rel in the mid lane, though.
Mark, do you want like a stream or so you can get like an up-to-date because the Twitch stream is a little behind?
Sure. Yeah, if you can just stream, yeah, on Discord.
I got it.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Cool.
Why are we... There we go.
I'm already dropping frames, so I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, you're good. I got nothing streaming, so we're chill. Like, all lanes are pretty even with the extra kill Yunara has. He's like only like 70 gold up on this Caitlyn. Biggest gold lead right now is this Malphite being a little bit behind this Renekton in terms of CS, but that's about it.
Yeah, they got Kasha pretty fine scaling pretty deep into this game.
Yeah, Victor late game is really scary. So
yeah, and then Caitlyn can just like one-shot anyone late game with a headshot.
And Malphite does a pretty good job of helping Caitlyn get that one shot she needs.
Yeah. So it'll be just if the Yi can snowball really, but he's just gonna have a hard time because the Malphite can just ult him when he tries to run in.
Yep. Ult, Caitlyn trap, GG.
Yeah, this definitely 10 and a half minutes in the game, definitely a lot slower than the last game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they snowballed the last game pretty quickly.
While I think that's commendable by ETS, right? I don't know if that's what they want right here, to be honest with
I think the Renekton, Yi, I think they kind of want to snowball again.
you. But not evenly, you know. I don't think they want to go into an end game even. They need to look to start making some plays, I think.
Well, we'll see. We have Dragon coming up in 40, which will probably be the first big fight of the game. So we'll see who comes out and if Renekton kind of wants to fight. But he has no TP, so he'll have to back here soon and just run to Dragon if they want to fight for it.
Okay, not bad.
Like, we'll go 1-for-1. They will also exchange flashes, which is probably more worth it for the Yi, but you'll also be dead while Dragon spawns, and that lets the enemies on him kind of hit early, and he'll probably just take before Yi even gets the opportunity to hit it.
Yeah, I think now it's just can you punish Victor more now that he doesn't have flash. So you have the Orianna that has flash. Victor no longer has flash. So if you can come 2 more times and collect kills, then it's worth it.
Yeah. Yep, second Drake will go over for Akasha. Well, they are abusing that bot tower.
Yeah, Yunara's not the strongest laner, and then you add Rel onto it, which it's better for the team comp, but not for the lane.
Yeah, and especially playing probably one of the best, lane duos, period.
Yeah.
It's not a big surprise that the lane's going how it is. But we'll see if Rel just decided to get out of bot lane and just start ganking this mid laner, which looks like it's going to happen here.
Yeah, so this is what they have to do, just abuse this Victor as much as you can.
Wow. Still forces the Ori flash. Which, I mean, in that situation is probably the best you can get.
Yeah. Oh, she needs to be careful.
Ooh. I mean, an okay look. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of flashes for what ended up just being Raptors. I mean, at least you got something out of it. But I don't think that was warranted for a ghost and a flash.
All right, I'm back. I'm sorry. I was doing a little chatting in Discord about the next games we're going to stream, but I come back and I see that he has 2 kills all of a sudden. That is a scary thing.
Yeah, he can kill the Victor again. Look where the Victor is. If he realizes this, he can run right to him. I feel like. Yeah. Oh, no. Didn't catch him out.
Bet you both top laners are just listening to like Katy Perry and just having a good time.
These are the fun top laner games where you just don't really matter much.
Don't matter, show up to a team fight at like 25 minutes and just press your R buttons. Oh, Malphite used Renekton used full combo and barely come to half. looks like Renekton might be getting caught out here.
Okay, E is coming. Maybe can clean something up.
He might clean up both. Doesn't get the kill.
Nice. That's very good for them. That's exactly what they need.
Yeah, this is now looking a bit more dicey for Akasha than it did like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I think Akasha shouldn't feel any pressure to make those kinds of desperate plays. They
No,
can
they
just kind of chill.
Yeah, they just kind of just need to scale and play their game, but they're kind of making these weird plays on places they don't really need to, and they're kind of gonna be down around 2k gold and gonna lose Herald, which could make that gold lead even worse.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue there is that 4 kills are now on the E. Let me look.
Yeah, that's kind of their win con right there.
Yeah,
Getting
already
4 kills.
Already 7,300 gold, 1,300 up on Zaten. That's really scary. The good news for Akasha is they have 2 dragons, right? Bad news is Caitlyn is dead again. Zaten is likely dead again.
Yeah, this is snowballing away from them.
TP is not the best TP. Might get the Yi though. Okay.
And now Yunara is going to be a problem after this.
And Victor is probably gonna die. Nope, the flash out.
Certainly crazy what can happen in 5 minutes. Game went from pretty even to pretty out of hand pretty quickly.
Well, honestly, the gold lead is only 2k, so I think we're gonna
Yeah,
see that. I think we're gonna see that rise a little bit over the next few minutes, but it's not as big as I would think it is.
But I think the problem for Akasha is that the gold lead is in the right
Wait,
places.
they just stole the dragon.
Yeah, Karma
That
just stole the dragon.
is illegal. I guess they didn't have smite, but still, you should have that worded out.
Oh no, that puts them on soul point.
That's on soul point. That's actually huge.
So there is a win con now for Akasha, right? They need to secure
sure.
this next dragon. They have a couple of chances, really, right?
Yeah, I mean, secure this next dragon and just don't lose the game in the next 20 minutes. Or 15 minutes. Just keep on scaling.
Looks like we have Chaos. Chaos just joined too. What's up, man?
Hello, hello. How's everyone doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing
How are
good.
you?
Good. Just got up from a nap. Come back to
Hey.
see a 4-2-5 Master Yi in comp.
Oh no,
Yeah,
Zaten.
it's the.
I had-
archives here.
I had the game up in the background while I was napping, and I also saw that they had a Kha'Zix.
Yeah, he's
It's,
been trying to carry.
That's been a little strange. I have my own reservations about picking carry junglers in comp, especially when I don't think it's the current meta. I think I was listening to you guys talk about the draft. I don't like ETS's draft game 1, and I also don't like. I don't think their draft is better than Akasha's draft in this game, but it looks like they are executing. So
I think they have
There's
a
always
pretty strong
that.
mid game in this comp, so they're kind of playing it well. I think.
I gotta be honest with you. Like honestly, straight up, Akasha's draft was better. I think their team comp is better, but when you have 6 kills on E and 4 kills on Yunara, I don't think it matters. I think the amount of damage that those 2 champions are going to be able to put out behind Renekton, behind Rel, behind Orianna Ball, but you know, with the ultimate, it's starting to get a little a little unlikely that Akasha is going to be able to come back at this one. I still think the soul point is something that they can try to hang their hat on. Maybe they have to trade Baron for it though. I don't know.
Yeah, I think draft only matters so much until you get into game, and if you just get out like team fought and out macroed, then I mean, it only matters so much.
That's exactly what I say to any teams that I coach as well, is that 99% of the time it is not draftive. As long as you have tools to start fights and win fights, then any draft is technically playable. So in last game, for example, I don't think they had really good engage on the side of ETS. They would have to have river control early, and then they would be really able to maintain that river control with Ezreal and Anivia. But if they didn't have river control, then it'd be really difficult for them to actually contest objectives, and that's exactly what happened. They fell behind, and then all they could do is maybe get a couple straggling kills. In this game, though, I think Akasha still has a really good chance of winning. Like, yeah, they're down 3-11, but it's only 3k at 21, and they're at Soul Point. And I believe their team, like, I would give the scaling to the side of Akasha here. Caitlyn, 4 items, Victor 4 items, like Zehen, Malphite into Renekton Yi. It's going to be really difficult, I think, for ETS to close out the game, especially if they're getting caught out like that.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think I don't know. You're definitely like it's probably better. I have a better like idea of what's going on than I do. This game. I want to hear your take on Caitlyn building Shiv because I've never seen that before.
I'll say that Caitlyn's one of the few ADCs that I don't play alongside like Aphelios. These long range like sniper characters are not my strength.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
And it went to Victor.
Not by
Yeah,
two.
that's kind of what I mean. That Malphite gets so much value into their triple AD, and Orianna is not behind, but she's definitely not accelerated. Maybe Rel gets caught here. No, she should be okay. I personally am not a fan of Shiv generally at all, unless you're playing like Senna. I think Caitlyn has enough wave clear by herself, and I think like, can we see runes at all? I assume that Caitlyn is going lethal tempo, so going for like an attack speed oriented build is probably fine, but at that point I don't think you need wave clear. I think
She's running
first
she's
strike.
going for first strike. I'm not sure. I don't really play Caitlyn.
I don't think it's that great.
I don't think it's that great.
I think you want.
I think game like is an RFC pretty good. Maybe if you want attack speed.
Yeah, I think like most Caitlyn builds either are like some kind of mix of lethality and crit. I don't think Shiv gets either. So I think I like Hex Optics, but I don't know how else. I think Caitlyn can build a lot of different things. But wow.
Wait, this Master E is just being like one shot by this Malphite. Oh, there's the Rel Orianna engage.
Yeah, somehow
did
Blue
no
Blue is just out damaging them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Orianna might have to go like burn this game. No.
Yeah.
I think with like the health bars on the side of Akasha.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I think like Luden's Shadow Flame is a very burst heavy build, but you're going into a Malphite Zehen with Karma Shields. I don't think you're going to be able to, and like trying to get onto long range Caitlyn Victor, I think it's going to be really difficult. But this is also kind of what we see with the scaling, right? Like I think like as a 5v5, I think it's going to be very difficult for Master Yi to get resets. Unless you are actually able to get like a really clean engage on somebody, but then at that point you're into Malphite Cripple, you're into Karma Shields, you're into Victor, Gravity Field. I think it's really difficult from this point.
Well, let's see if they cast the Caitlyn.
Alright, goes for our Ian. Not quite enough.
I mean, they get Karma Flash. So, I mean, not the worst thing that could happen. They'll also probably just take this turret when everybody resets.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, guys. I think the late game is about to start kicking in, dude. They have Soul. Victor has got 3 kills now, 2 items with 2 large rods. Caitlyn is sitting on a trio of nice items, maybe a quartet of nice items there. I know we questioned the Shiv, but did ETS mess up somewhere here?
I think they just messed up that team fight on the dragon. I think that's where the game kind of went downhill. They went from a 3k gold lead to being down like 500 gold.
Yeah, you
let's
really
go.
want Yi to
This
carry or
This could
to, like,
determine it
clean
right
up
here.
fight.
Renekton's kind of out. Renekton's out of position. He's gonna
Too
get
far
killed before
alone.
the team fight. Yeah. Renekton dead. Oh, but a huge ult. And never.
It's
No,
a
that's
reset,
it.
but that's not enough.
not
Master Yi's
enough.
dead.
Just the
Yep.
squishies left. They're gonna die. With that, Baron is gonna die.
Yeah, it's looking
Possibly ETS's chances here.
I mean, Yi still has a 2k gold lead on this set Zohan, but Malphite's up
over. Malphite can press
1200
R.
gold. Yeah, Victor's up 2k gold on this Orianna.
Unfortunately, Master Yi has a 0 gold lead on Zahen because Malphite exists.
True. This Yi does in fact have 0 gold at 26 minutes. It's crazy.
It's kind of tough. I also think, like, I mean, there's been 3 fights back to back where Akasha was able to win, partially due to numbers advantage, partially due to just comp diff. I think Akasha is doing a really good job of like slowing down the game and not overcommitting for stuff. I guess they also don't have to because they're able to take 3 Drakes. They honestly, if they never got those kills, they could just like cross map trade and then just play like the turrets and just play like just farm up until they just scale and out team fight, because that's what we're seeing in the last couple fights. Is just, I mean, how is Yi like their win con on ETS side is Yi. How does Yi ever get any kills into that comp?
I don't know. I think if you really wanted to play Yi, I think you have to play Yi like last pick or something, because I don't think picking him early and you just get counterpicked like this is at all playable.
Yeah, I think he saw 4 picks that didn't really have any immediate CC and thought it was a good Yi game, but then that last pick can just change everything, right? So the last pick was Malphite, and that's all that really mattered.
Was it last pick? I thought it was like second pick. No.
No, I'm pretty sure it was last pick Malphite.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. I apologize. For some
So
reason,
like,
I
against
thought
all the other champs, they don't have like an immediate way to just deny him from running over the team, but then it only really takes one, you know? And you can't QSS Malphite ult.
Like, the only way I think that ETS has a way of coming back from this point on is to flip a fight, or like, oh, that's tough. That is 30 seconds before Elder. Now Rel has to reset.
Rel has to reset. No Renekton ult. I don't
fight
think
before
we're
the
gonna
Elder.
make it Elder. Yeah, I think it's just gonna be GG.
He's trying to get a little flank though. Oh, they know. Oh no.
He's
dead.
You are not the guy.
Oh, he's so fast. Flash ult.
Yeah.
And Elder's up. Yeah.
I think at this point you just discuss what went wrong this game with the series, and then you just go on with your day. I just don't see a way back in for ETS.
No, I think
tough.
Go ahead. You first, Chaos.
We're both gonna play the waiting game. I do think it comes down to, I don't like ETS's drafts. I think, I don't know what's going on, but they are prioritizing carry junglers. The carry jungler worked in this game. I think the Yi was able to get ahead, but they weren't able to translate their leads, and I think they weren't aware of the fact that they do get outscaled. I think they were very happy with Master Yi getting ahead, but it's just not enough. I think if I was ETS, maybe I would pick more like bruiser junglers and maybe play for Theonara. I do think Sets and I played pretty well both games, and I do think he can be a force to be reckoned with if he's given resources.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, after seeing the Ezreal game, he was He was kind of just him that game, but sadly, they lost that game.
All right, final fight here. Pretty good damage. They do kill the Caitlyn.
Where did Edelspar go? Oh my.
Everyone else is dead. The game is going to end. Akasha is going to win 2-0. Really, really great games, though. I don't think by any means these were outright stomps. This game, Akasha had to play from behind. But like Chaos said, like you guys said, I think the comp tip was just too much.
I did see ETS show some signs of life. I saw that they were going for, like, in game 1, like they did have some straggling kills. I remember, like, on the Ziggs, there might have been 1 or 2 more. So, like, even from behind, they are able to find angles. But I think from both of these games, it shows that I don't think ETS is that good at converting leads. So even if getting leads, it seems it's not super consistent. But even if they have leads, converting that lead into map control, that's where most of your kills are going to get value. Like if you get a kill, it's going to be great. But what really matters is, can you use that numbers advantage to set up control for the next neutral or for the next play? So maybe there's a little bit of lack of foresight there. But definitely good series. Definitely game 2 is definitely very enjoyable to watch.
Okay, let's see. We have a couple of minutes here before the next game starts, guys. We have 13 minutes until Waldo's Warriors versus Purple Caster is supposed to start. So let's see real quick before you guys go. Let me see if Akasha wants to join us to talk a little bit about the game. Hold on a moment.
I already am inside of the lobby for next game.
I don't remember the. Oh, now I see the draft too. Wow, it's everyone.
Womp womp.
Well, hello.
I forgot about my join notice.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
Let me pull up the bracket real quick. You guys do a little bit of chatting. Let me pull up the bracket real quick.
Is that the Marzipans himself in here?
Is me.
What's
Oh.
up?
Watch your games. You guys play pretty well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A little scared of that Yi in the second game, but my
He
karma
could
stealing
have
Drake.
gone through, but you guys picked the Malphite champion, so
Yeah, what
True.
was your
Yeah.
reaction to seeing that Ian draft?
What the fuck is this guy doing? Was my reaction. No flame, just like wait.
It was
Yi
bold, it was
Master
very
Yi is
bold.
being played.
Yeah, we had a similar reaction watching it get picked. But
Did you
Yeah,
feel the
like-
same way about the Kazakhs?
A little bit less, cause I mean in solo queue it's like a decent pick into J4, but and like I think it's playable in comp in the right scenarios. But I mean, multiple times in that game he would just use E to jump forwards into our front line and just die for free.
Mhm.
So I think we weren't too concerned about it after we got into the game.
Yeah, I think you saw some signs that it could have been good. Like he was one-shotting like the Ziggs, for example, when he could get on him. It was just finding the opportunities to actually get onto your back line. It was a lot more
Yeah,
difficult.
I think it's really hard for him to, especially with Darius in the game. Kind of, I mean, the Anivia pick was good for them into Darius J4, but with Darius in the game, like he can't really ever jump forwards unless the Darius is not next to him. So what we said going into the game is like in 5v5s, if Darius just marks the Kazakhs, there's like nothing he can do, and I think it worked pretty well.
who was playing Ziggs that first game? Who's your ADC? Apologies.
Hi.
Asta.
Asta, how did you
Dude.
feel? Had to have a death cap at 20 minutes.
I felt
yeah, that's
great.
insane.
I love nuking people. It's my favorite thing. I feel like
That
a
was
complete
like-
terrorist.
He's
That was
our
crazy.
Ziggs aficionado.
Yeah, that was a crazy Ziggs game. You were just popping people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he decided to
thank
run
you.
down mid when he was 7-0 and die for free that one time.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
was fun. I like that.
That's the classic.
I was I basically got baited by the devil on my shoulder.
That's actually true. It was
But-
actually Support's fault.
See, he
Wait,
said,
what?
"Look, take
It's
that
always
tower,"
Support's
you
fault.
know.
You did
and I
say,
was like,
"Hey, Chris,"
Holy.
you said, "Hey, Asta, go auto that tower," and he said, "Okay."
Mm, I don't
Are we not going
know.
to talk about the karma steal?
Oh, that was crazy.
I
I
couldn't
can't
believe it.
believe what was the health at for it to be stolen.
I
I'm gonna go
don't
back and
know.
watch it right now. Yeah, that saved my mental. After we died a couple times to Yi, I was quite concerned about our ability to lock him down. I mean, I think that's why they picked it, right? Because we had no hard CC except for Karma W at that point in the draft, and
Mhm.
Zehen Q2. But I don't think it was that bad of a pick for them until we lock in Malphite, and then it just looks really awful.
Yeah, actually, I did have a question about your game one draft. So just to talk on that point, I think you guys drafted really well both games. I think you definitely. I think game one draft is low-key unplayable for the opposing team to points I'm going to mention soon. But like game two drafts, I really like that you guys have a very cohesive identity. And I do think that ETS's drafts, they're kind of trying to play around the jungler, but then the rest of the comp doesn't fit what the jungler wants to do. So to that point, I was like, I'm just looking at your game one draft. I really like it. I don't know if the Ziggs is a flex, but I think B1 Ziggs is great. Ezreal Nami, fine answer. I first want to hear about. So for you ended up R2 or B2B3ing. Is it B2B3 if you're red side?
Dude,
What
we
is
were
it,
getting
B2B3?
confused in draft because
Yeah.
the first
that's-
selection, you're like on a different side of the screen.
Yeah.
And it's like it looks really weird.
Trippy.
I'm pulling up the draft
But
right now.
yeah, so you guys, I'm just gonna say it as if you're blue side. So you guys B2, B3, J4, Rakan, which I absolutely love. So I think J4 works really well with Ziggs. I think if you're gonna play like Rakan, J4 works really well together. Rakan can roam and leave Ziggs on weak side if you guys decide to suck Ziggs bot, which you guys did. I guess my first question would be, did you guys have any reservations about picking J4 into Ezreal, or did you were like, oh, J4's fine into Nami. If they pick in a mobile control mage, then we're gonna get value anyways. Were you guys scared at all about a Poppy R3? So, your thoughts there?
I did not consider Poppy R3 just based on the looking at their OPGGs and like the draft prep that I'd done. I did not expect them to play Poppy at all.
Mhm.
I on paper, yeah, it doesn't look the best in Ezreal, but I think you see like you were just saying, you see an immobile Nami, and then looking at their mid laners chip pool, I don't really think he plays anything other than immobile mages mid. So it felt pretty comfortable, and I think the champ is just really strong right now anyway.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Like,
to your point, it works very. I mean, I think we did it several times throughout the game. It super synergizes with Ziggs, especially when my Ziggs is 3 items at 20 minutes and can just
yeah,
I combo someone, he throws R, and they just die.
yeah, exactly. I think we saw that like even pretty early on. And it was like a river fight. I think it was maybe even one item or pre-one item where you just lock someone down and then you just like one shot the person in there. Yeah, so I think that was I loved your 1, 2, 3. Then they ended up picking Kha'Zix, where I'm like, that's a little interesting. And then they ended up picking Ornn, and I'm like, that's a little more interesting because now they're Ezreal Nami kind of wants to maintain space and they want to go for team fights. And you kind of have like this straggler that might just look for picks. I did have a question about the Darius as well. So Darius, I think, does do pretty well into Ornn. My question is, were you scared about like, if you guys know that they're gonna pick control mage on 5, then are you scared of Darius getting potentially like zoned and kited? Because they do have pretty good range and slippery.
I think we felt like I should
I think
have
Darius was our
anticipated.
backup plan.
Yeah, I
Okay.
should have anticipated the Anivia a little bit more because I think they did play it against Bog Dogs. And we were talking about picking Rise. So I mean, on paper, the Anivia is like a super good pick for them here.
Yeah.
But I think we just felt comfortable like with our like I to your point, I think Ziggs J4 Rakan is like such a strong core that we felt comfortable whether or not the Darius is side laning, doing his own thing and beating the Ornn down, or if he can find a way into 5v5s. I think just with that core and having 2 champs who can function like what's the word I'm looking for? By themselves is what I'll go with. 2 champs that
Okay.
can function by themselves pretty efficiently, like Rise and Darius. I think our comp can skirmish really well. It can pick really well. Our 5v5 is, maybe not the strongest because we don't have like a consistent DPS source from an ADC. But I think if we're playing it correctly on J4 Rakan, we should just be picking and winning fights that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. I think it's very difficult for ETS to play their draft, especially if they're not able to get river control because they don't have anyone to face check in their bot 4v4. Like they would need Ornn, but then if they have Ornn in matching the 5v5, then who's going to side on their team? So at that point, you guys can kind of do whatever. Like even if you don't get river control, you have like someone that can face check. You have really good engage onto their double immobile Nami and Nivea. So it's like I was like from draft, I'm like I fail to see a world where ETS wins the game unless they get ahead early, and they also weren't able to get ahead early, and you guys were able to close out the game very well. So, props to you guys
Yeah.
for that.
I agree. I think the Kazakhs needs to snowball, or else the game is really hard for them to play. But
Agreed. And then the last question that I had was that in game 2, I have no questions about your draft. Very clean identity. You're gonna play strong side bot through Caitlyn Karma. You're gonna look to get ahead. You guys on paper also have better scaling because obviously Renekton is gonna get outscaled by Malphite. Obviously Yi's gonna have a hard time into the 5v5. So I also was very confident about your ability to 5v5. And I actually mentioned that even before they started to throw. I was like, there is a world where I think their team isn't going to play out fights well. So I guess what were your guys' like comms? Like what were your guys' like how are you guys talking about when you got ahead? Like were you guys just like, hey, we outscale, let's just, play it safe, or what were you guys thinking?
I mean, hand up, I was pretty doomer after a couple of the like double and triple kills that the Yi picked up mid game. And honest to God, like Karma stealing that Drake completely secured my mental for the rest of the game. And then I think like 3 or 4 minutes later, the Yi ganked Malphite, and we were able to kind of counter
Yeah.
gank with Victor in top river. And Yi just got insta one shot, and I knew that we could win the game from there.
Okay.
Because like on Zehen, I was pretty far behind on Zehen, but like my Victor is cooking, my Malphite is cooking. I feel like with those two champions in the game, it's like kind of hard for you to play.
All right. I got a quick question for you, and then I'm gonna take I'm gonna short break on the stream while we do a little production swap here. Looking into the next 2 rounds, rounds 3 and 4. So we're gonna have it looks like a 5-way tie for first place. We're gonna have 5 2-0 teams. Akasha, Bogdog, Solo Leveling Club, K5, and whoever the winner of our next matchup is. So we're watching Waldo's Weirdos against Purple Caster next. Whichever team wins that will also be 2-0. More than likely in rounds 3 and 4, right? You're most likely to get matched up against other 2-0 teams. What teams are you guys looking to play, or maybe what team are you looking to avoid?
I mean, I've been yapping, so I'll be quick, but I really want to play K5. We have not played you guys yet, and I would rather play you sooner than later. So I really want to play K5.
Agreed.
Anybody else? I don't know if my teammates know any other teams in the tournament.
No,
No,
I mean
oh
I
my
recognize.
God.
I know we've played against some of these teams, but like,
I just tell them to show up, and they show up.
yeah, we're all Yelks minions.
You guys want to play against Bog Dogs? Say
I want to
Bog
play
Dogs.
against Goombi. I feel like he was the
Goombi's
best
Yeah,
play
you
bot
against
Bog
fighter.
K5 though. I like new experiences.
Yeah, when we scrimmed Bog Dogs most recently, you guys didn't have Goombi, so
Yeah, they didn't have him.
I want
Oh.
to scrim against the full
Yeah,
roster.
we were subbing
Or play-
top lane. So
Nothing against
see how we
Moki,
match up.
but
No, he's the GOAT.
yeah.
But Goombi can't be Goombi.
Goombi's a different beast.
He is.
But yeah, K5 and Bog Dogs, that's our answer.
Okay, K5 and Bog Dogs. Let me get on the let me get to the Mega with his magical randomizer wheel, and we'll get him to make sure those matchups happen, right? Anyway, great job, Akasha. 2-0, first 2 rounds to start the league out. Congratulations. I think rounds 3 and 4 are going to be explosive, and I look forward to see what you guys can do. You'll be able to establish yourself as the front runner for the tournament after those 2 rounds potentially. So, thank you guys for joining us. Chaos, Aurelius, Mars, appreciate you guys. We're going to take a quick stream break. We need to change a little bit of production and get into the next game. So give us just a second.
Thank you.